Okay, welcome to another episode of Fika Podcast. If you have never subscribed, this is the moment for you to hit the bell, the button, and subscribe so that you will not lose any of the content that we are sending to our Oriflame community and to the community, broader community of people who wants to learn about science, about nutrition, about entrepreneurial journeys, whatever you may call it. This is your happy place. So welcome to Fika Podcast. So in this conversation, we have invited a person that some of you already know because she has been part of one of our events in the past in Mexico. She flew all the way to Mexico from Sweden to be with us in a meeting, and now she has said yes again, and she has accepted this conversation, and we are so delighted to have Lene Visdal Johnson here with us again with the Mexican audience and the Latin American audience. I will have to read this because I'm not an expert on these things, but I will tell you who she is. She is now the Director of Scientific Research and Technology. And she, listen to this, she holds a PhD in pharmacognosy, and she has a Master of Science in Natural Product Chemistry. So we're talking about science here. So we have someone with us who really knows about science. And guess what are we going to be talking about? We're going to be talking about science. So the title of this conversation would be, let us talk about adaptogens. Let us talk about adaptogens. So, Lene, it's an honor for us, for the audience, to have you here in Mexico, back in our Fika podcast show. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We love you. We're so grateful, Lene. And let's start by asking the question I have. We all ignorant on these topics. What is exactly pharmacognosy, and tell us a little bit about how should we understand this kind of chemistry, biology, and the impact of that in the world. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, and thank you so much for the introduction, Santiago. I'm super happy to be with you again. Would have loved to be there in place, but this time we do it like this. And to start off then, what is pharmacognosy? So actually the word pharmacognosy comes from Greek. Cognosy means knowledge, and pharmakon means drug. So it's really the knowledge and the science of all of the active ingredients that we find in plants and how these can be applied to us humans, both as medicine, as nutrition, but also to the skin. So this is really what I have my background in and what I'm very passionate about.
Wow. This is starting to get very, very interesting, Lene. Thank you for that. So let me just go and delve into the nitty-gritty of what we need to know. For many people, Lene, philosophy, or the so-called wellness before, philosophy now, kind of translated us into the nutritional realm, not necessarily the skincare. For us, the association with philosophy and the nutritional industry is unescapable. I mean, it takes us there. But now with philosophy, now we're kind of navigating into kind of a different area, which is the skincare. Can you tell us a little bit why are we trying to do that? Why now? And what type of customer are we trying to conquer by having this product line?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, we have seen more and more, and I'm sure that all of you are aware that the focus on what it means to feel well is changing. It's not only about, one thing or the other. It's not only about physical well-being. It's also about emotional well-being. So how we are living our life and how we are aging and how our health is not, we can't isolate it on only one thing or another. We need to look at this as an interconnection. And in Oriflame, we are also changing the way that we're looking at both beauty and health and well-being in terms of having the body as an integrated ecosystem. So that means that when we're looking at both health and beauty and well-being, we need to do it as a holistic approach. We can't just do it from one side, only nutrition or only skincare. We need to connect them. So this is the way that we are all evolving at the moment. And therefore, Oriflame are also evolving in that, saying that we need to have a holistic approach to our well-being by having our nutrition and the skincare coming together. So an inside out and outside in approach when it comes to the way we are looking at how we are feeling well. And that is why then that we decided that it would be really a nice thing to combine the nutritional philosophy, also having the skincare involved, because how we feel and how we look is also a part of our health and well-being altogether. And the type of customers, as you're saying, that we really are looking at here would, of course, be the ones that really would like to have a healthy skin and also live very busy lives, maybe where you have stress and other factors playing in, so that you can have the skincare as one of the parts that you do as a part of your ritual or your routine to think about the self-care and this kind of approach, but also, preventative, anti-aging, and having a healthy and balanced lifestyle altogether. So it doesn't have to be one specific customer. I think that we can all relate to this.
Yeah, exactly. We all relate to this. It's not one specific customer because, as you say, this kind of a combination of three aspects, they have to be together. I mean, you cannot only aim for one and neglect the other two because it wouldn't be holistic. Now we understand a little bit better the aim and where we're going. Getting a little bit deeper into the conversation, Lene, I know that those of you that are watching this, you're going to have to attend probably some of the trainings, some trainings with Lene and some other people where we will, of course, speak much more and elaborate much more the different product claims that we would offer to the customer. But before that, Lene, can you give us a little bit of a sneak peek of this whole story about adaptogens? Because adaptogens, we heard, is some of the ingredients that are coming in the formulation. Can you tell us some examples? Explain exactly why adaptogens? What are we looking for with these ingredients?
Yes, absolutely. So adaptogens are actually a specific class of plants, and these type of plants that were considered being adaptogens, they are able to so they are being used, and they've been used for centuries by man actually, in order to improve our resistance to stress, for example. So the reason why we call them adaptogens is that they're actually helping the body to adapt to the external factors that can influence our bodies, to produce stress in different ways, and then they are helping the body to resist, these type of external factors and the bodily stress that could affect.
So you mean that the stress is generating this cortisol on whatever substances in our brain, and then that deteriorates our health, and by the use of these adaptogens we can cope with that better.
Exactly. So they are helping the body with these challenges in order to cope with, as you say, specifically actually the heightened cortisol levels that we get when we are under stress. So that's one of the factors. And in Philosophy Skin, we have chosen 8 of the most well-known adaptogens to be included in this range. And they actually all have scientifically proven benefits to help our skin also combat some of these effects that we get when our body is under stress. So they're scientifically proven to help on what happens when we are under stress, and also protect our skin. So giving the skin a more healthy and glowing look, but also prevent the stress-related skin aging.
Absolutely fantastic. So for those that are more interested on delving into that, Lene is going to give us one or two websites, and we will put them in the comments in this episode, so that for you that you're probably more interested than others in learning a little bit more about each specific adaptogen and the effect of that one on the health. You're gonna have some more information here in the bottom. For someone who is not an expert on that, like myself, I'm just a lipstick seller. But for someone like me, Lene, is it that every herb or every kind of botanical thing can be considered adaptogen, or it has to meet some kind of requirements?
No, so that's the whole thing, that adaptogens are present amongst certain herbs, amongst roots, amongst mushrooms, but it's not all of the herbs, plants, and mushrooms, for example, that are adaptogens. They really have to have this proven effect to be able to combat the stress. And that means that they have to have certain type of active ingredients in them that are doing this, like certain type of, for example, terpenoids or ligands or flavonoids that are known as combating these specific mechanisms that we're talking about. There is a whole range of adaptogens, and if you are interested, there is a lot that you can read on them, but not all of them would be classed as that. They need to have a certain criteria, which is really regarding this reduction of stress.
Okay, that's fantastic. Because I was going to ask a little bit about, because I know that some people in Mexico or in Latin America, they love to be kind of fact checkers. So they like to really check what we are saying. And you said it at the beginning, that there are some studies that back this up and that demonstrate the real performance or the real efficacy of these adaptogens in us coping with the stress. So as I said, Lene is going to give us some websites so that we can actually become a little bit more kind of savvy on that field. But what I read before speaking to you, because I was trying to prepare myself, because you're an expert and I didn't want to look so dumb. So I read a little bit about that, and I saw that the whole idea about the adaptogens was actually pretty old, because some kind of ancient cultures in the East actually used those products in their kind of medicine or therapies. Why is it so that it became famous again? I mean, why again?
So actually, adaptogens has, as you say, a very long history, and they were used for centuries by man, not only in Asia or in China, but also in other places of the world. I'm sure that adaptogens have been used in Mexico as well. Yeah. But the word adaptogen and the specific research around the stress reduction when it came to the adaptogens, first, the adaptogen word first came about actually in the 1940s, when there was specific studies done on one of the adaptogens that we actually have in our Philosophy skincare range, which is the schisandra berry. So that is when they did a lot of research on this and saw the benefits that this type of ingredient had on the health in terms of the stress reduction. The adaptogen word came about. And the definition that we're using today is actually established in the 1990s. So even if this was something that was used for a long time by man, the research has been evolving because of this huge interest on the benefits and the many benefits that these specific plants actually have. So there is a lot of research, and still very relevant. There has been a spike in recent years, and there is big, reviews being published now on all of the research that has been done within the area of adaptogens. So it's very relevant, and I'm sure that it's going to stay very relevant, especially how we are evolving as well with all the stress that we are being exposed to. We're going to...
Yeah, I was going to say that because probably after pandemic, the world experienced a lot of stress here and there. And probably because of that, then these studies and this research kind of started to be more intense, and now we come up with this product. Okay, so just very briefly to try to understand the product range, you mentioned like 7 or 8 adaptogens. It's not that every product has all of them. I mean, some will have some are having another one. And we will come to you guys with more explanations, with more content, with more information that you can actually share with your customers. But something that I believe will definitely be one of the biggest claims on this product range is this kind of product sustainability, because some consumers, even though they know that our cosmetics and our skincare range, everything is safe, they still believe that if they would go for a fully natural product, that would be better for them because it makes them feel better. I think that we will definitely attract some of those customers, and I also believe that type of customer happens to be younger. The younger people, the youngsters, so to say, are a little bit more prone to use these type of products. What is your view on that?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, of course, that's very relevant for the young generation who is living under all this pressure when it comes to the environmental well-being as well as everything else. So with this range, we have a lot of sustainability brag points. We have almost, we have 97% natural origin of the ingredients. We have the recycled plastic on the packaging. It's all of the formulas have been registered with the Vegan Society. So, of course, all of this has a big impact when it comes to the whole sustainability of the range, which I think is going to be very attractive for younger, but not necessarily only younger generations, because it should be something that is important for all of us. But with this range being a preventative anti-aging range, as well as this emotional well-being, which is obviously for, say, young parents that have to juggle everything, I think that this range could be very attractive for a younger consumer, but not only. I think that it also can be used by other groups as well.
Yeah. And you mentioned something that I was kind of missing out or forgetting, which is the vegan part. I think that is a great claim that happens to be very attractive to some kind of population, kind of customers. So they will feel very attracted with a product with that kind of a seal. I mean, that kind of claim.
Not only something we say, it's actually registered with the Vegan Society. So the scrutiny of that, and it has a weight behind it as well. So I think
everything is backing this up to demonstrate. Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned something. You said before that, it is of course attracting youngsters and younger generations, but it is not only that. I mean, it can actually appeal to everyone. However, you say preventive, and a person like me, already old, I am very happy using it because I got the serum and the day cream when I was in Rome, and I started to use them. I feel great. I will have to ask my wife if I look great, but I feel great. But anyways, for someone who is looking for performance, efficacy, quick and results, what would you recommend? For example, if there is a collagen user, or if there's another kind of noveage heavy user, can that person switch into this, or at least use it for a while or something? What would your recommendation be?
Yeah, I mean, so if you're really looking for targeted anti-aging, which, you know, in my age group, and we have our needs, skin needs, where we really want to have a repair, for example, of you know, hyperpigmentation or anti-wrinkle. Novage Plus routine is, of course, our kind of Oriflame's authority when it comes to anti-aging. So I would not recommend that you change, but because Philosophy Skin is not targeted anti-aging, it has preventative anti-aging, and it does have some effect when it comes to the finer lines and wrinkles, etc. However, what I would recommend, if you're using this Novage Plus routine and you have your anti-aging routine, you can use the complementary products to add on. So we have the exfoliating and energizing mask. It's great to use because it's really giving you this moisture boost.
Exactly.
And it's actually also creating this with the adaptogen, which is senna seeds in it, is creating this type of film forming on the skin. So this one is really nice. And then also it has this mood enhancing scent, so making it energizing in terms of the way that it works. So I would recommend to use this. You also have the face mist, and it's also very nice. You can use this during the day, and it also has a very nice effect.
Yeah, that one, Lene, the face mist. What adaptogen does it have?
Oh, you're asking me a question that yes, this has the ginseng, Panax ginseng, which is also an energizing booster. So yes, this is also very nice as a complementary product. And then my favorite product, and I know that they ran out of it when we were in Rome, so I don't know if you got it, but this is actually the sleep elixir.
Yeah.
This one is something that you can use at night, and it actually contains the pink rock rose, which is my favorite adaptogen, because it actually mimics this effect of meditation. Because it actually blocks receptors in the skin that is the first response you have when you're under stress. So it really soothes and calms the skin cells. And that means that the cells are not producing this, what we call pro-inflammatory cytokine. So this, reactive skin. So it's very soothing and calming. And it has this mood and calming scent. And also it ensures then that you have a good night's sleep, because it contains essential oils from lavender and chamomile. And this has been scientifically proven to calm your mood. So this one is my favorite. So definitely I'm combining this now with my Novage Plus routine as well.
No, this is absolutely fantastic, Lene. As I said it at the beginning, in Catalog 15, we will be launching this. And this is going to be a kind of a great combination, because we're coming out to the market with these products along with the BCM. So it's a combination of great business tools like the BCM, and also fantastic products for us to do the go-to-market strategy. So this is absolutely thrilling. So we can't wait to do this. But I have a kind of a question out of my curiosity. When I started to use these two products that I mentioned, the serum and the day cream, I was so attracted by the color of the product. It's not the kind of boring white cream. I mean, this has a different color. Is there any special reason for that?
To be honest, I don't know. But it's very, everything that we do, it's not only like performance, is also part of performance, is also the sensorial experience.
Exactly.
And that is something that we play on both when it comes on, the way that the products feel, but the way they look is very important as well. So yes, I'm sure that
great. I mean, the bulk, the cream looks great, and also the scent. And also it is very light. It's not thick. It's very light. So I loved it. I will after a while I will be able to really tell if this is, of course, so performing. But so far so good. I mean, it's a very, very nice product line. Lene, the idea of this conversation was just a sneak peek. I mean, we don't want to say everything that has to be said about the adaptogens, because then people will not attend the trainings. So that was the whole idea. But Lene, thank you for being with us. I know that this is kind of suicidal for me, because when people listen to this, they're going to tell me again, why don't you bring Lene every day to Mexico and she has to talk to us every day about the adaptogens? They need to understand that you have a huge responsibility there in Stockholm. But thank you for being available. Thank you for giving us your time and your wisdom, and for having shared with us such a great product that is coming up. So Lene, final words from you to invite each and every one to attend all the trainings and to get all the info they could about the adaptogens before we launch this product.
Yes, so thank you so much for having me, and I hope that you will attend the trainings, because I have so much more to tell you. So really looking forward to that, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Lene. We love you. Thank you very much. It has been an absolutely great experience to have you here in the Fika podcast show. I think we're going to hit all the records, because people are so into the adaptogens, so into the natural products. So thank you for this. See you next time, whenever Oriflame journey will make us coincide again. So thank you very much for your time. Take care, Lene. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Thank you.